This is a short session on formats and issues with digital video. It's a brief introduction to video variables that affect things like image quality, the bandwidth of a streaming video, the file size to store a video, and the size of your video for viewing or projection. These issues relate to viewing videos, recording, editing, and webcasting them. The first variable is frame rate. Movies and TV, for example, display 24 to 30 images or frames each second. Because of our persistence of vision, this produces a smooth, lifelike motion. The maximum digital video frame rate is just under 30 frames per second. And the higher the frames per second, the higher the quality, the smoother the image flow, but the larger the video files. The lower the frames per second, the lower the quality. The image will move in a jerkier fashion. The files will be smaller. A 15 frame per second video will only take up half of the storage space or bandwidth of a 30 frame per second video. The resolution or image size is the number of pixels wide by the number of pixels high of the image. And most digital video is actually less than full screen for a modern computer. Video podcasts, for example, use the size of the iPod screen, 320 by 240. A YouTube video standard is double that in each dimension to a 640 by 480, and the standard DVD is the same height but a little wider for widescreen. A high-definition format, HD DVD or Blu-ray, is about 2.5 times the resolution in each direction as a standard DVD. Video files are stored in a variety of file types. Some of the common ones you may have heard of are those from Microsoft ending in .avi or WMV. Apple's may end in MOV or MP4. A DVD video ends in .mpg frequently, and a mini DV tape from a camcorder is a .dv file. A YouTube video is usually a flash video, FLV. Each of these file types uses a codec to compress and then decompress the large video file. The codec used for standard DVD is MPEG-2. For a modern video conference, Polycom, for example, it's H.264. For a YouTube video that you would upload, it would typically be MPEG-4 or H.264. For a video podcast, again, H.264. And for many video files that you may get like as a movie for your computer, that may be DivX or XVID. So putting what we've covered together, the video conference system that we see in the image here is from Lifesize, a leader in high-def systems. It uses the Linux operating system, and it defaults to an AAC audio codec and the H.264 video codec for compressing audio and video, respectively. To prepare a video podcast, you'd use different specifications. You'd use a video resolution of 320 by 240, MP3 or AAC for your audio codec, H.264 for video, and you'd save it as an MPEG-4, specifically as a .m4v file, to upload to a podcasting service. For viewing the video, it makes a difference whether you're looking at it on your iPod screen or an iMax screen. The screen to the right is actually the largest video screen in the world, about 160 feet wide as 4 Greyhound buses, and it's at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. For streaming video conferencing, for example, or a YouTube video where the video isn't stored on your computer as it downloads, you need high bandwidth with no bottlenecks, nothing to interrupt the video signal. Imagine if you have a whole class of students, each with a laptop. You have to be aware of the download bandwidth if you ask them all to, for example, view a different YouTube video at the same time. For viewing a video, it's best practice usually to enlarge the video to pretty much fill the screen of whatever your screen is. And to the degree that you can match the resolution of the image to your screen, you will have a better image. If you're projecting the image, again, you're looking at a big screen now. So in contrast to projecting text, which is usually black on a white background, lots of contrast, video doesn't have that contrast, so it has to be projected best in a very dark room. The bigger the screen, the more powerful projector you need. 2,000 lumens for an average classroom, for example. And the bigger the screen, the darker the room usually needs to be in order to provide the contrast you need to properly view the image. For audio, if possible, use powered speakers. If you're projecting in an auditorium, use the auditorium speakers. For recording, there are a lot of variables to consider. Beyond video, there's, for example, the quality of your microphone, because often audio is more important than video quality. For your camcorder, it's preferred to use a DV tape or mini DV tape, which is a raw or lossless format. DVD camcorders, in contrast, use the MPEG-2 codec, which is a lossy format, meaning much of the information of the video image is thrown away and is not available then for post-processing editing. The solid-state hard drive camcorder models are a little newer. They typically use the MPEG-4 codec. And again, even more important than the technical considerations are just good video technique with good lighting, good audio, interesting composition, good camera work, and so on. For editing, inexpensive video editors are all over the place. It's a skill that every child and teacher should have. A word processor is like, a video editor is like a word processor for video. Very easy to use. Every Macintosh comes with iMovie. Movie Maker is convenient and easy to get for Windows. And if possible, use an uncompressed source video, for example, DV tape. Feature films like Cold Mountain were edited completely on small computers using Apple's relatively inexpensive Final Cut Pro system. So these are nearly professional quality tools that we have at our disposal, but we need to get professional quality skills to use them effectively. When editing, keep in mind that when you finally save the movie to a playable format, that file can no longer be brought into the movie editor and edited properly. You'll want to save the source video for editing. And finally, for webcasting, which is broadcasting live video across the world or your school district, you'll use a service or a product such as Ustream TV, which is a free web-based service, or QuickTime Broadcaster, which gives you free and nice quality window media services. Videoland is an open source product that does the same thing. You'll want a camcorder with live video out, preferably with FireWire, but USB 2 if it's live, and the emerging USB 3 will work well also. And you may need, if you don't use a service like Ustream TV, you'll need a streaming server, such as the QuickTime streaming server or the server with Windows Media Services. Thanks for listening, and good videos.